So
I love how the video continues and Trudeau just scampers into the hallway.
He walks in circles. Trudeau walks in circles by himself like he just got dumped. And G leaves smiling, like shaking hands.
You are!
There it is.
Hell yeah, boss!
Oh, hey!
Oh, yeah! Good morning! And welcome to episode 1084 of Hard Factor. It is Thursday, November 17th, 2022. Thank you for cheating on the news with us today. Mark has aggressive men and violence in the cup of coffee in the big time. Maybe more than that as well, or just...
Yeah, all sorts of stuff. But yeah, those are two of the bigger ones. We're playing the hit Sam with some of our favorite aggressive males in the news, right? Big time.
You know those men. They love to get aggressive. You know,
these guys do.
Yeah. Little testosterone flowing. Little locker room talk coming up. All right, Wes has an unusual pet cemetery story on deck.
Yeah, I didn't know. I mean, we've all seen the movie, I hope, Pet Cemetery, and it's real, apparently. So I'm going to tell you all about that.
Getting high in the pet cemetery. Getting high in the cemetery. Green.
Oh, you think? I bet she was friends with the FTX people, right?
Oh, they looked like they were identical. Did you see? Because Sam's girlfriend was not a looker. I didn't put her on the show, but she's homely, would be a nice way of describing her. And she looked a lot like Razzle Khan, and Sam looked a lot like her boyfriend. They looked like.
She claims amphetamine use, and then her psychologist was like, no, she doesn't do drugs. And then I've got some naughty ads. Ooh, naughty in the hole, and they are spicy. So.
Are any of them foreign? Because those foreign ads have been crushing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. One is foreign. Actually, most are foreign.
Yeah, the best naughty ads are foreign.
They really are.
Most are foreign.
What was that?
And I'm taking a little liberty with the ad thing, but yeah, all naughty.
Sure.
For sure. And mostly foreign. Yeah.
Nice. Well, do you guys want to do the news? Or do you?
Yes. But real quick, Mark, can we remind everybody, trivia is this Friday, tomorrow.
Yeah.
At 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you want to take on the hosts and trivia, you got to send in the car. That's the top tier, patreon.com/hard factor. We'll put up the post, Zoom party. It's fun. Trivia is a fun time. And also Macho Man merch, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah,
West.
Macho Man merch, gangbusters. Thank you, everyone who's been ordering. I feel like a lot of you felt guilty for just being freeloaders and have answered the call to buy merch at this great discount of 20% off. Good through the end of the week. It ends midnight Sunday, or early Monday. So get in there before that. And
what else am I going to say? Because this is important.
Yeah, I was going to say Patreon next week. I will be releasing a half pack.
There you go. That's beautiful. So here's the deal. We are not taking any shows off next week in terms of we're taking a couple days off. So there will be a new show Monday through Friday morning for everyone for free to listen to. However, the patrons, the weekly hive, our two weekly shows that are behind the Patreon subscription, or they're not going to be there this week because we need to take a couple days off for
but you're going to get that half
a pack instead.
Yeah. Half a pack.
That's only for patrons.
West.
That's right.
Yes. There it is. All right, let's do it.
Yeah. Cup of coffee in the big time.
Half a pack with Wes, the most requested show.
Worth it. I think most patrons would take that exchange any week.
Yeah.
Got a few notes.
What do you got in there? Any teasers?
I got stuff about refilling prescriptions. I've got let me see. I got a little analogy about petting all my dogs.
That's going to be electric. These are fantastic podcasts. I mean, you got to get in there. Patreon.com/hard factor.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. All right. Speaking of funny, let's do a couple jokes of the day. Right. There's some good ones in there in the Discord. So let's do them. So this is fitting. Rad Massive Flooding Dad, his new name in the Discord, says,
nice.
What were the Macho Man's last words?
Oh no!
Oh no!
Got it.
Oh, yeah, probably so.
Yeah.
R.I.P. Macho Man.
Right.
I didn't
right,
look at
right.
that. I just swear I wasn't in the Discord.
I wasn't going to.
Heart disease awareness, everybody. Make
Did
sure.
you look at that? And then, like a psycho,
Yeah,
take
Wes
credit
got-
for it.
You got yourself with that
Did
one.
you Wikipedia the end of the movie?
I'm
and
not
then
Mark.
predict it in the middle of the movie watch?
I'm not Mark over here.
That's a crazy move. Father Brian says, "My boss touched me inappropriately today. It was okay though because I'm self-employed. Hey, come on, party of one.
I'm talking about.
Buffet for one over there. And then Eric Donahue send it with, what is green and smells like pork? I'll tell you.
What?
Kermit the Frog's finger.
That's a good one.
Classic.
Dirty dog.
Classic
Ow!
Yeah.
Oh, Miss Piggy, could you? Yeah. Anyways, let's get into it. Lots of prominent toxic males in this coffee today, as hinted at. First up, let's cover the things we found out after we recorded yesterday that we kind of discussed on the show yesterday. It turns out that either the missiles that hit Poland or the reason they hit Poland and killed 2 Polish people were not like Russia firing them directly at Poland. They were Ukraine shot defense missiles allegedly into the air to anti-defense missiles to take out Russian missiles, and then that's what caused the missiles to land in Poland, killing the 2 people.
Pretty weird that the Polish media was telling the truth, but the Ukrainian government and the Polish government were kind of not when the news first came out. So
I mean,
weird.
Zelensky wants us in that war real bad, so he's
Weird.
I mean, do you blame him? He needs some help.
No, I don't blame him at all.
Yeah. But it seems like that part of the frog of the wars, that could be one of the possibilities there, Wes.
But it's kind of fucked up, Mark, because if it,
it's very fucked up all around, but still.
it will cost Americans lives if he pulls shit like that.
I understand that, but he's behind. I don't like it. Look, if that's what's happening, I don't like it. But he's behind. He's behind a rock and a hard place. He cares more about his people than our people.
get it.
Right?
It's almost like peace talks.
Right?
It's almost like peace talks should have been something that were pursued,
Right.
at any point before now.
It's all bad. It's all bad.
That
don't
wasn't
forget
what,
who started the war. By the way,
that wasn't
Russia
what people
and
wanted at
Putin.
the time either.
Right, so
Neither side wanted peace talks at the time. It was crazy.
Don't lose that whole thing that Russia's
They invaded.
the invaders.
the bad
here.
guy.
They invaded,
Don't
but-
ever let that go away. But there's some
Of course
shady
not.
shit going on.
But there was also no peace talks, no desire of peace talks from either side up until this point, and it's insane. And now people have got a whole mess on their hands over there.
Poland's not exactly.
You know what?
throwing
I'm turning on Zelensky.
So and you're wearing a Ukraine shirt right now. Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Right.
No, I mean, look, I get it, but hey, look, I'm saying.
I'll tell you who's not really turning on Zelensky yet is Poland's president, Andrzej Duda. He said Wednesday it appears Ukraine made a big doo-doo, but did call it an unfortunate accident. He said basically the president of Poland, I should say, the president of Poland came out and he said it's an accident. It's bad, but it's an accident. NATO's head Step, whatever his name is, said it was an accident.
Stoltenberg.
Yeah. He said, I got him confused with the head of FIFA. They're basically the same guy. Yeah. He said it was an
All
accident.
Klaus Schwab lookalikes. Yeah.
Biden said it was an accident, right? And it's like, they're like, it's okay. Ukraine made an accident. So anyways, Frog of War, big time Frog of War. Luckily, it wasn't Russia firing directly into Poland because, the whole NATO would have declared.
I mean, you could have got
war.
that idea with everybody screaming it for 12 hours after it happened.
It's better, but it's not for the people that died and their families.
Poland handled it well.
Yeah. Poland's still investigating the incident, by the way, but Ukraine is claiming no fault and will not participate in the investigation. They're like, no, just drop it. And yeah, so some way to treat the Polish people after they took in all your refugees, right?
Yeah, no shit.
I'm just kidding.
We thought we could slip one by him.
Yeah, what can you do? There's only two of them is what they're thinking. What else happened that shook the world that we talked about briefly on yesterday's show? Oh, that's right. Donald Trump came out and confirmed what was forecasted by Donald M. Trump on our live stream, and he officially announced his candidacy for the 2024 presidential election on Tuesday night at Mar-a-Lago.
Sure did. I saw all the big backers are pulling out already. A lot of his big money backers are saying, you know what? Not again.
You going to talk about his catchphrase, Will?
MAGAGA?
Yeah, yeah.
Magaga. What Magaga go by? Magaga. What the fuck is he trying to?
So he said
Magaga.
Yeah, he said, in order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for president of the United States. Magaga. So he's already adding an "and glorious" to the classic MAGA catchphrase. That would be Magaga, make America great and glorious again. It's also the noise your mother makes when I show up to the house. Magaga. Oh.
Did you guys see that people were trying to leave the assembly hall and the security at Mar-a-Lago would not let them leave because of the optics on TV since it was being a live stream? So
what did they think? He was going to announce something other than his candidacy? They wanted to leave?
Yeah, was
no,
they
like,
just it's like Christmas gifts.
They were bored.
Trump's favorite gifts.
It was a long, boring speech. Here's a video of him just like droning on while the crowd is trying to leave. It's in the thing.
Help is on the way. Joe Biden has abolished America's borders. We are going to restore and secure America's borders just like we have.
So do you see the security guards?
We built the wall,
talking to each other.
and now
They're standing in between the shushing columns,
Yeah.
not letting anybody leave out the side of the
Look at that
room.
gaudy banquet hall.
Yeah.
That's nice looking. It's big.
Joe Biden is abolished.
Yeah, for sure. Lady Gaga's probably pissed about this catchphrase, right? Magaga, it's like
think so.
La Gaga. It's just, it's pretty close.
Monsters in
Trump
there.
not going anywhere.
No, it's not. Trump also said that he plans on doing better than all those losers he endorsed. He said, I've endorsed a lot of losers. If you want to get the job done in Magaga, you've got to do it yourself. So, yeah. Speaking of a loser he's endorsed before, Madison Cawthorn rolled back onto the scene with a new viral clip of him supporting Trump. And the reason it's going viral is because he looks exactly like Max Headroom, a 1980s TV show character, a fictional character. This guy was like you remember him? He was
Was he on a music video?
a bunch of music videos, but
He's the head that comes out in Back to the Future when he's in the future, right?
yes, he was like
yeah.
he was a 80s icon. It was a TV show that lasted 2 or 3 seasons, and basically some guy that was a TV announcer is the voice, and in the show they create an AI that's like more pleasing on the face for people, so he becomes like in this fictional world like the most popular TV announcer of that dystopian time or whatever's going on. So Max Headroom, he popped it up in all the other things, MTV and all this other shit, and everyone was trending Max Headroom because this is Cawthorn. Here's a couple seconds of him.
The day I die, barring some terrible information, but this man has bled for us. This man has fought for us. This man.
Disgusting.
He looks exactly like Max Headroom.
He's trying to, you know what he's trying to do? He's trying to look like a mini Trump, and he just looks like an
guess so.
idiot. Yeah.
By the way, Max Headroom's another nickname for Madison Cawthorn's mouth.
Huh. Yeah, because
Because
we
he's
saw
so
the
gay. He's
we all
super
saw the
gay.
video.
Look, there's nothing wrong with that. As you can see, he looks healthier and happier than ever with the new do. Looks like
he also looks a little bit like Dolph Lundgren
yes.
with like
Looks like gay
Drago.
Dolph Lundgren. Gay
tiny
crippled Dolph
Drago.
Lundgren. Yeah.
Yeah.
He kind of he looks like a strung out like high end waiter is kind of what he looks like. You know what I
I
mean?
think he's been living the life since he got out of politics.
He just got off
Well,
the
he's got-
shift at the Prime Steakhouse.
Totally bleached hair. I mean,
Oh
it's-
yeah, he's definitely schmoozing his way to the best section in the steakhouse.
Yeah.
You don't see men with bleached hair like that anymore. It's a rare.
You
look.
don't. It's rare. Yeah. It's a throwback. That's why everyone's tweeting Max Headroom. Anyways, and look, this Trump stuff might not be good news for everyone, but I would like to personally thank Trump on behest of Hard Factor, as things are looking up content-wise, at least through 2024 now. It's like he gave us a contract extension in a way. Trump versus Biden 2. This ends in depends.
It's going to be great, isn't it?
Yeah.
Not good for the country, but it's great for us.
It's
I
good
hate-
for us. Sorry, everybody.
I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's fun to self-deprecate on air as well. I mean, it's great. It's gonna be great. Do you guys want?
I'd rather jump into a pit of lava than watch that election go down again.
Yeah. No, I mean, some people might do that. Yeah. Do you guys want to move on from one alleged sexual assaulter to another?
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Legend of film, according to many, especially Italians, Kevin Spacey was slapped with an additional 7 sexual assault charges in the UK yesterday.
Yeah, sure was.
They still going to give him his award?
Oh, yes, Wes. According to my most recent Google search, yes.
Italy's tripling down now.
Yeah, Italy loves
Make it the bigger.
Yeah. Well, I wish January 16th was today. Yeah. I mean, he groped every single, in shape, cute young man in the UK for like 2 decades. It sounds like when he was operating that theater over there. Makes sense. It was kind of like, hey, how come this A-list Academy Award-winning actor is turning down huge roles to put on the Nutcracker again in the UK theater, huh?
Right.
Oh, it's because he's the nut grabber, right?
He's like that guy that was living in the daycare.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, you don't want to play, you don't want to play Lex Luthor in the new Superman. He's like, I already kind of done that. I'd rather, do this play over here with the average casting age of a 21-year-old male, 19-year-old male. Yeah, I know.
He should have just opened up a bathhouse and called it a day,
He pretty much did. That was
Right.
basically a bathhouse.
Right.
What's happening to him is I think that like he's had sex with just so many young men.
He forgets
that it's like now it's like a Cosby type deal, except for he's
away with it.
I guess he's not drugging these guys. He's just like he's like Weinsteining them.
He wants
kind of,
them to be consensual, and I'm sure some of them are, but not nearly all of them are, is the thing.
Okay.
It's a power thing with him. I'll put you in my movie. I can make you a brilliant actor.
He's Weinsteining them.
Yeah, he's definitely Weinsteining them.
Grooming. The new charges are 3 counts of indecent assault, 3 counts of sexual assault, and 1 count of causing a person to engage in sexual activity without consent.
Oof.
Those are not great charges.
That's bad ones. Yeah.
Those are bad. All in the early 2000s, or as Spacey refers to them, the good old days.
Right. The golden years.
The time of my life.
Yeah, time of his life. Now he has successfully navigated previous charges and court appearances in both the US and the UK. And he's been very cooperative, including voluntarily going over to the UK earlier this year to essentially win a sexual assault case as a defendant. So it sounds like the way he handles himself in court, like he's always dressed really nicely.
He
He's
pays
polite.
out too.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And his legal team is second, only to his insatiable desire for smooth, tight young butt cheeks. Like,
Right.
yeah. He's got a good system, but I don't know if he's going to volunteer for. No word yet if he's going to volunteer again to go back to the UK. And
I mean, how many more charges, before he actually gets put away for some of these things? He just seems to be able to get out of it all with money.
maybe he's got a little Dan Snyder blackmail on people. Who knows?
Is he saying it's all consensual? Is that his defense?
Yes, I think sometimes he says it's consensual, and sometimes
he
he
just
says
denies
the fucking
everything.
liar.
Yeah.
He denies the charges. That's
He just denies everything, and then it's like, and it magically disappears one day because it's buried in an avalanche of cash.
And they usually bring like 2 or 3 people at a time instead of like 50. So it's like, do you believe these 2 waiters, or do you believe me?
Yeah, Madison Cawthorn on the stand.
Yeah, exactly. Like Wes mentioned earlier, there's no word on if Italy's planning on commenting even on the Turin National Museum of Cinema's all-day-long event to celebrate Spacey. He's going to teach a class, and then they're going to view at least one of his films while he sits on like a director's chair, and then they're going to give him the prestigious Lifetime Achievement Award while they all applaud. And I imagine there will be a lot of rich European dudes with very young plus ones at that event. It's going to look like a father and adopted son gathering.
Going to honor their king.
Yeah, it's going to be insane. Let's get E or Bravo to cover that red carpet. Drink every time you see a young male sex slave.
Yes. Yeah, you'll get hammered
fucked up.
quick.
Italy
You think
needs
Andy will do that one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Andy, he's got the 311. Yeah, I want to see that on the Andy Cohen show. Yeah.
Italian men seem like, and Italy as a whole, like that culture seems like they would need just like a video of Spacey committing the act before they,
for
you
sure.
know, they
I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe it. No way. No.
People make up lies.
Yeah. What other?
This kid walked into his mouth.
Yeah.
Like, can catch him red-handed and they don't care.
Right.
Speaking of an old man dominating a young boy, did you see what Chinese Emperor for Life Xi did to theater-teaching Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau at the G20 conference in Bali yesterday?
No.
Yes. Wes, you haven't seen the video?
No, I have not.
Yeah, so whoa, buddy. Xi made him look like a misbehaving child in a leaked video where the two had a brief one-on-one exchange, not behind closed doors. And to set the scene, I guess Xi was pissed off at Trudeau for allegedly leaking details of the previous day's behind closed doors discussions to the press. The Canadian press leaked details that Trudeau pressed Xi on potential Chinese interference domestically in Canada with their citizens. And here's basically, so Xi saw him the next day, and this is kind of what went down.
Everything we discuss is leaked to the paper. That's not appropriate. And that's not all the way the conversation was conducted. If there is sincerity on your part,
free and open and frank dialogue, and we will continue to have. We will continue to look to work constructively together, but there will be things we will disagree on, and we will have.
Let's create the conditions first.
Yeah, so
I love how the video continues and Trudeau just scampers into the hallway.
he walks in circles. Trudeau walks in circles by himself like he just got dumped. And G leaves smiling, like shaking hands. And if you couldn't hear it clearly, the translator is translating for G, speaking in Chinese or Cantonese or whatever.
Right.
And he basically said hey, handsome dipshit, you leaked all the information. Why would you do that? It's a private conversation. Let's keep it private. That's not how we operate in China. We don't leak details. And then Trudeau's like, oh, well, in Canada we do. And he was like, well, I don't ever want to talk with you anymore.
Yeah, he was like, fine, but let's create the conditions. I guess that's kind of a threat, right? It's like
the conditions are don't leak it ever again if you want to talk to me. The conditions were I don't want to talk to you ever again.
Right. The conditions are like him threatening to take money away from Canada, which Canada needs a lot. I know they do a lot of trading with China. So look,
he just basically. I don't know why how it translated to conditions, but it should have just said, "Don't ever fucking talk to me again." That's basically what it was. The body language. And
he punked him. Yeah, it was a punking. He was just like Trudeau looked like a little kid that was being schooled by his granddad who was angry at him. And
look at how condescending. He's just like, you fucking. It's like he's talking to a child. And then I also love Xi's goons. So check these guys out. He has two goons.
So many goons.
I'll zoom in. There's one guy. There's one guy that only focuses on Xi, right? So he's got one goon that only focuses on Xi, and then he's got one goon that only focuses on Trudeau. So they're like skinny, unassuming Chinese men, but they can probably kill you 20 different ways in 2 seconds. And the one guy who's focusing on Xi the whole time is waiting for some type of signal from him. It's like, shall I kill the handsome idiot? I'm just waiting on the kill blink.
Does he have his hand in his suit?
Yeah, it's like red. It's on a gun. It's on a gun. The holster.
He's waiting for the signal.
A public assassination of Trudeau would be incredible.
Look at that. The other guy's looking at Trudeau, on the bottom of the screen. So he's looking at Trudeau to see if he fucks up. But the one guy is looking for a signal from Xi, which is incredible.
Well, that guy's a translator. Yeah. I bet you. You think Xi is a smoker? I bet he is. He looks
I think a lot of Chinese smoke, right?
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I would imagine that he is. He looks like he is.
He does whatever he wants.
A Marlboro from time to time.
I mean, if you're the president, or in his case, president for life / emperor, I think you're going to have a cig in your office once in a while, right?
Yeah.
That's just you feel powerful when you just blaze up a cig at the desk working.
I mean,
At
the end of the day, he has to deal with Trudeau's every once in a while. It's stressful. Look,
he looks like he should have a cig in his hand there.
In a meeting, right? I was watching Veep. I love watching the Veep reruns because we are still potentially somewhat in the timeline. And she lights up a cig in the Oval Office, JLD. And it just made even made that Veep look very powerful.
Look, when you're stressed out, a cig, it helps.
Yeah.
Or when you're,
it's a power move in a meeting too.
Or when you're lowering 13 people into a volcano or whatever he does that, you want to smoke. You want to look intimidating when they're looking up at you crying and he's smoking a cig. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anyways, by the way, after that altercation, Xi and China promptly canceled their one-on-one meeting with new UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. So great job, Trudeau. You blew it for everyone.
Oh man, so Trudeau pissed him off so bad he was just like, fuck the rest of Europe and the West. Like, I'm out of here.
Yeah, he had several talks lined up with Europe, and Trudeau blew it day one by leaking immediately to the Canadian press.
Rishi's he's Indian, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's the UK
of
Prime
Indian
Minister.
descent. But yeah, he's British.
He's the first Indian Prime Minister for UK.
And he had a 3.5 hour meeting with Biden, and I guess the cooperation between China and the U.S. on the details that came out of that didn't bother him enough. But then the next day,
Biden was a little bit tighter lipped, I guess. Trudeau went straight to the press. Yeah.
Well, they had a very formal press release come out about what was in the 3.5. So you knew it was all bullshit, basically. Like, they told you whatever they wanted to tell you. They talked about,
right. For sure. That's what he wanted out of all those meetings. And
yeah. How did Trudeau not understand
Trudeau
that?
didn't get the memo.
He shouldn't be there.
Yeah. He shouldn't go next time. And that takes us to
The cream of the crop.
Okay. And we've had some fun with some earlier stories. We're probably gonna have some fun with some later stories. But today's cream of the crop is incredibly sad and disturbing. In fact, I didn't write a single joke for this one because it's so bad. 4 students were brutally murdered at the University of Idaho, according to police, some of which were 20 or 30-year veterans and of investigation crime scenes. They described the crime scene as the worst thing they've ever seen in their lives.
Yeah. I skipped this one on the day of the UVA thing.
Four students were slaughtered murdered in their house by knife. 20-year-old Ethan Chapin, 20-year-old Zanya Kernodle. Those two were dating. 21-year-old, I'll put up a picture of them while I'm talking about them. These two were dating the first time I mentioned. 21-year-old Kaylee Goncalves and 21-year-old Madison Mogan of University of Idaho.
Oh, so
brutally
sad. They're
murdered.
also young.
Yeah, very young, very bright, beautiful lives ahead of them. But nope, snuffed out by a psychopath. The police are saying the suspect is still at large and that it was targeted murders. They haven't said how they know it was targeted, but it was probably because the murders were so violent that they had to have some personal connection.
Right.
Yeah, they said. This is a
revenge
quote from
killing or something.
There was it wasn't like
passion,
and nothing was stolen from the house. Like it was, it was just a very violent personal thing. There was blood everywhere. We have investigators who have never seen anything like this. Is what one of the quotes from the police, and you can see here in an image released that there's blood literally seeping through the walls.
Oh my goodness!
From the inside of the house to the outside of the house. Allegedly, many of the victims were left to bleed out. Like there was
fuck!
Blood everywhere.
So they're alive and that person left. Oh, terrible.
Yeah. They're still doing autopsies, but they're pretty sure the murder weapon was an edge blade or a large knife.
Did anybody arrive on the scene before they had all passed away? Or I'm assuming they
no. So this was at
before anybody got there.
They were killed between 3 and 4 a.m. around 3:30 a.m. And the new thing that came out on Wednesday afternoon was there was footage of the 2 blondes getting food at a food truck at 2 a.m. 1:45 a.m. to 1:55 a.m. And this guy is their only suspect right now. There's a video of it, but I didn't play it because it's kind of grainy and it doesn't really show anything. Basically, this guy who's at the top of the screen, he's wearing let me try to get it up there. I don't know what's that. He's wearing a jacket and he's got his hands in his pockets.
He's looking at the girls from behind.
The girls are out on there. He walked in directly behind them in the video, like he was with them. Like he was really within 6 inches of their rear ends. So it looked like they walked in together, and then he immediately went 3 feet behind him there, and he has a backwards hat on. He quickly turned his backwards hat forward and then put his hoodie on. And then walked and loitered behind them for 10 minutes while they waited for food.
Shit.
And then they left and with their food and went the way they walked in, and he went a different direction. And the police want to talk with this guy. They don't know anything. Yeah. But he did walk in a different direction. It was about an hour and a half before they were killed. But yeah, he's the I guess #1 suspect right now.
Yeah, but that could be coincidental, but still, that's you got to talk.
A lot of people getting drunk food at 2 a.m. Yeah,
that's insane.
And the girls are very attractive.
Yeah, they are.
So, he could have just been a horny, creeper. but maybe not
it doesn't
a murderer.
scream like to me like that's not the best lead ever if that's all they've got going.
Right.
In fact, it's so
Sad.
unnerving that a bunch of Idaho students just fucking left the school like a week before Thanksgiving break because they're like, I don't want to be around campus when there's a psycho killer on the loose that you guys haven't caught.
Oh,
so
yeah,
a lot of them
fucked
just
up.
like went home and like we're gonna go on Thanksgiving break a little early here. But yeah, that's terrible stuff out of Idaho. I think Moscow's the city or the town where the University of Idaho is. You know, thinking about them and their families and stuff, and hopefully we'll update you. Hopefully they catch whoever is crazy enough to scare the shit out of all the police in Idaho.
Right.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. And that's today's cup of coffee, which was brought to you by Omaha Steaks. You know what? You can't be sad if you're eating the best steak you've ever had, right?
No.
I'm cooking some for dinner tonight. Got them seasoned, ready to go.
That's not depressing. So get some now, because not only are the holidays right around the corner, but it's also fall right now. And what goes well with fall air? How about fall grilling with cookouts, tailgate parties, and so much more. Luckily, the flavor experts at Omaha Steaks have made it easy to savor all the flavors of the fall with the mouth-watering assortments of perfectly aged steaks, ultra juicy burgers, easy to prepare comfort meals, potatoes, the apple tart dessert, the jumbo dogs, the jumbo franks. Come on, it's delicious. And guess what? Right now, this week, they got the friends and family deal going. So the entire website, site-wide, 50% off everything. And then you go and use our promo code Hard Factor, you get $30 off on top of the 50% off site.
What? That's a deal.
That is a deal. Don't wait. Go to omahasteak.com and stock up today. Omaha Steaks isn't just steak, it's the best steak of your life, guaranteed. And don't forget to score that extra $30 off your order when you use Hard Factor at checkout. This is the week to do it. 50% off site-wide friends and family sale. Omaha Steaks is perfect for those chilly and busy fall nights. You won't come close to getting this kind of quality at the grocery store. It's also packaged awesome. It comes in like this basically cooler. It's like getting a cooler shipped to you filled with beef. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's incredible.
It's awesome. Yeah. It's like it's a gift when you get it at the door. Visit omahasteaks.com, promo code Hard Factor, checkout. There might be a minimum order required to get that $30 off, but get you to that limit because
no, you got to buy more steak.
Right.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Well, also it's just if you show up and you're like going somewhere with that thing, I mean that's just.
It's packed for you. It's wrapped in the cool. You can bring it on a road trip for sure.
Talk about
to
power.
Thanksgiving dinner or Christmas dinner. Yeah.
That's a power move.
Yeah. Another sponsor. So you get maybe your dad, your boyfriend, Omaha Steaks, and then you move on over to paintyourlife.com and you give your mom, your girlfriend, anyone special in your life, the best gift they'll ever have. It says it's a gift that says, I'm the best. I love you. You should worship me. And then it's a daily reminder that they put on their wall that reminds them that they should worship you because you're the best gift giver and most thoughtful person in the entire world.
Exactly. That you're that you care about them the most.
Right.
The side effect is the
These
worship.
two sponsors, Christmas is done.
Right.
You're done.
Christmas is done. Just a couple clicks. So Paint Your Life will create a portrait with anyone you want together. You can have your favorite pet, even people that never were together in a photo. These brilliant artists can take different photos and create a beautiful painting as if you were all there together. So, COVID sucked. You couldn't get together, but you want to, feel together, create a painting. You imagine it, the artist will create it. And by having your favorite memories turned into art, it's very classy and it just, again, makes a great gift. So go to paintyourlife.com. Also, not as expensive as you think it is. In fact, not expensive at all. I was shocked when I ordered it and, paid about a tenth of what I was expected to pay. Plus, they're going to give you free shipping when you go with us.
Yeah. That's huge on a painting.
Yeah. So get a professional hand-painted portrait created from any photo at a truly affordable price or combine them, like I said, and you get to choose your artist and they will make sure that you're happy with this painting before they ship it. Okay. So you can, make sure that you got a good quality product and it's good every time. So, and it's, there's no risk. If you don't love it, your money is refunded. So why wouldn't you do this? It's guaranteed. And right now is limited time offer. Get 20% off your painting. That's right. Another 20% off and free shipping. Like I said, to get this special offer, text FACTOR. That's FACTOR to 87204. That's FACTOR to 87204. FACTOR to 87204. Paint your life. Celebrate the moments that matter most. Message and data rates apply. Terms apply. Available at paintyourlife.com/terms. Again, text FACTOR to 87204. And real quick, while we're on this topic of paint your life, one of the best gifts that you can possibly give. I just want to give a little warning to people out there of something. You know, I usually recommend this product in any way, shape, or form, except for what our boy Brett was thinking about doing.
Okay.
When he DM'd me and he said, "Hey, what's the code for that personalized painting? And how much am I looking at? Gonna try to get a painting of my girl and her dogs with her ex painted out of the original."
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so him as the ex, or
no?
The ex.
It's
his head on the ex's body.
No, it's the picture that his girlfriend knows is of her and her ex with the dogs, but he wants the artist to take the ex out.
That's not
he's not
crazy.
in it at all.
Yeah,
He's not in it. No.
Okay.
And I said the promos are always in the pod description. Don't use that photo. And he says, "LOL, I want to," but she has a photo on her wall of her dogs with her ex-husband covered up. They are over. I'm not going to give the details. So it's meaningful to her and the pups.
Like.
Some lake, yeah. We have one of us too in the woods, but I feel like that one is the one she loves. And yeah. Probably.
Because she still has it up, he said.
Right. He still has it up, except it's covered. She covered the ex-husband up, but he wants to, for some reason, take this ex-husband photo and make that his gift. So
why don't you just get a full painting of the ex?
Right. Yeah, why not? Right. I mean, if you really want a reminder every day of her ex.
Yeah, what are you thinking?
Yeah. Paint Your Life can do anything. It can work miracles. It can do anything that you want it to do for the person that you are gifting with that beautiful custom portrait. It cannot get the idea of somebody's ex-spouse out of their head on a photo that you choose to include in the portrait.
I took her to the woods with those same dogs, but I guess she didn't like the woods as much as the lake, because that thing is fun.
We didn't have as good of a time.
Why don't you get the fucking picture of the woods?
Or how about this? Take a new picture.
That's what I'm saying. Start a new memory.
Yeah,
that's the one. Memory. That's the one right there. Yep. Yeah.
So, Brett, you're going to be happy with that.
I recommend you don't get the one with the ex, whether he's in the painting or not, because he was there in reality.
Right. She's going to recognize the trees, the lake, and the day, and possibly the sex they had that day.
Unless he's dead, don't do it. Unless the sex died of terminal cancer tragically, or got hit by if he died and you met her afterwards, that's kismet, whatever. Don't get it if this guy exists though.
No, not at all. You already have the dogs, you already have the dogs as a constant reminder. You don't need a painting.
Or get it and then say, we're done and leave.
Yeah. Just be like, I know this is what you wanted.
Yeah.
And then get rid of her.
General rule of thumb, try to cut all the ex content out of the house, when you're moving on to a new relationship.
You should really kill the dogs, honestly.
Yeah, when you get the painting, kill the dogs and get rid of that photo.
Yeah. But once you're in the portrait with the dogs, then you've claimed now you're king of the castle.
To the lake.
Now
throw them into the lake. Yeah.
Now you're king of the castle.
Right. Exactly.
There's your advice, Brett.
There you go. Speaking of dogs, guys, a British woman, 26-year-old Cody Sutton. Here she is. She's got purple hair. She's one of those cool, wild British chicks. And that's of her dog, Maisie, who somehow in this crazy tale that Cody is telling the news and, letting people know how crazy she is, came back to life after she buried her dog days before. You guys believe
it? Dead?
This dog came back to life. Well, yeah.
I don't believe that. But I was going to say, purple hair to me screams like I give too few or too many blowjobs. It's never in between. It's like I got the purple hair. I'm quirky, so you don't get any blowjobs, or I give way too many blowjobs.
You're right. That's a weird spectrum.
Yeah.
Because that is totally true. I've mostly encountered the too many or the
Which
a lot, the unlimiteds with the purple hair crew. But I would imagine like Rapinoe isn't giving out.
You've got the wrong idea.
Right.
I'm quirky, but I don't give blowjobs. But
you're right. That's a crazy continuum.
Absolutely right. Well, let's just go with she gives too many blowjobs for the sake of this story. So it all started with a bonfire.
So I'd like to think.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm going with that. Where Cody and her 9-year-old Springer Spaniel Maisie were attending this bonfire in Suffolk. And at the bonfire, someone lit a firework. And as we all know on this show, dogs and fireworks don't mix. Well, they're like maturity and breakups for me. They just don't mix.
That was tough.
Yeah. So when that
experience, mostly Will, but for the boys,
it was terrible. Yeah, but we got it back.
We did.
Ripped up paws were saved.
Yeah. That should be a lesson though. Persistence. We spent about 72 hours sleeping, maybe 3-4 hours a day, and 12 hours out on the road hitting up PETA or like the local shelters,
posting
and stuff,
signs and shit.
SPCA and
the persistence paid off in the end because we got a phone call from a lady that went to the SPCA, saw that we posted the SPCA, and her husband really liked Will's dog Bentley, wanted to keep him, but she felt bad, so we got a lucky phone call from her because of all the persistence.
And so we had to go there and like pry my dog out of this man's hands.
It's like the first 48. It's like a lost child thing. The first 48, basically.
But we followed the Billy Madison principle. You don't give up. You find out. You go out there and find that fucking dog, and
it worked.
Yep,
that's right. So Cody searched all night with the local dog lovers group, but to no avail. She feared the worst. Then a couple of days later, bad news arrived, and Maisie's body was found flattened like a pancake on the A12 near where Maisie disappeared in Suffolk. So with her heart in her hand, Cody went to the site of the flattened dog. She identified Maisie by her markings on her tail and her legs. She even took the remains to her vet to make sure it was Maisie. The vet couldn't, for some reason, scan Maisie's chip, and even told Maisie...
Too flat.
Even told Cody, hey, dummy, judging by the paws, this might actually be a fox. But being the dummy that Cody is, she never takes...
Does he have tags on?
No.
Collar?
No, because she probably ripped out of it,
Yeah. In this picture,
this may be a fox, huh?
Yeah, it might be a fox. And Cody never takes experts' advice. So she convinced herself.
Couldn't find the chip. The vets think it's a fox.
She buried roadkill.
Yeah.
Well, wait to hear this, Will. So against the vet's advice, she took this roadkill home. She thinks that the car hit Maisie so hard that it knocked the chip out of the dog's body.
She wanted to stop looking for the dog.
Right.
Anything that resembled the size of her dog, she gave up.
Yeah, she's lazy.
That's the dog.
Yeah, exactly. So she took this mangled mess of an animal, whatever it was, back to her garden.
That's how she used to lay.
Yeah, she had her 3-year-old son with her.
All crumpled up like that.
Yeah, that's her position on the couch. She would lay like that.
There's a little white in it. But what is with women not being able to identify a dog versus like another wild animal? We got the woman killing huskies.
Yeah.
We got this woman thinking the dog's a fox. What is that's like a thing women have? They can't. They can't identify a dog.
Jupiter,
purple hair too. Did she?
Yeah, I think she did have some.
I think she did. Yeah.
But we know that Montana girl gives too many blowjobs. That you don't even have to ask.
Absolutely. So this woman, she buried this dead, thinking it's dog in her garden while her 3-year-old son was there. She put a picture of the 3-year-old with the dog, said the dog's in doggy heaven now. Everyone's crying. And then a couple days later, I guess, ancient Indian burial ground, the Maisie spotting started showing up, and lo and behold, Maisie's alive, came back to life, never died, and all she did was traumatize. Yeah,
totally 3-dimensional.
Oh yeah, she had a few like bruises and like she was a little worse for the wear, but
the chip magically reappeared.
Yeah, the chip was in there, came back. Yeah. Chip was back.
She got thirsty and hungry, and Maisie finally came home.
Yeah,
right. So I don't know. Women, let us know.
Is an excuse to stop looking for the dog.
Yeah, you're right. And to like give the baby some closure.
Because she didn't want to look like an idiot.
Totally
She didn't want to look like an asshole in the community because everyone knew she loved the dog. She loved the dog, but
can't you believe this is Maisie? It's just like a fucking like flat piece of fur.
Yeah.
Look at what they've done to my dog.
So everyone agrees I can stop looking for Maisie.
This is a fox. This is Maisie.
Yeah.
This is Maisie. This is a fox.
It was a fox. It was a muddy fox.
It was a muddy ass fox that was half the size of Maisie. Anyway,
I think the car hit her so hard that the chip flew out.
yeah, she changed breeds.
Half the size.
She
It's
changed
incredible.
species. Yeah. So I
Damn
don't
you,
know.
car.
I don't know. Women, let us know. Is this a thing you guys have where you can't tell the difference between dogs and other dog related things? I don't
Yeah.
know. Let us know.
Women like to date dogs. Ow. I can't tell. Yeah.
But happy ending. Maisie is back with Cody,
Yes,
and
good.
everyone thinks that Cody's an idiot. So
Yeah.
Boy, do they.
So what do you have buried in the backyard, you weirdo?
yeah.
Why is she
You're gonna dig
sticking
up
with
that
the
fox?
story?
You
Admit
gotta,
it's a fox.
you gotta take that steak and picture of your 3-year-old with Maisie out of the ground, or you're just gonna leave it there.
Maisie's gonna dig up. Maisie's
headstone?
gonna dig up the fox in the backyard.
Yeah, eat it as a treat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's that.
Wow. Speaking of dogs, Mark, we were wondering earlier. Do you know when Deshaun Watson's first game back is?
He's allowed to practice. I think he had a 12-game suspension. So I think he has,
Pound.
is this week 12? It's week
No, it's week
11.
10.
So I think he has
11.
one more week off, but he's allowed. He's at the practice facility. So I think he's back next Sunday.
Soon.
Yeah.
Very soon. All right. Very soon indeed. And the last story of the day is up soon as well. But first, let's talk about Upside. Today's episode was also brought to you by our incredible sponsor, Upside. Inflation has us all thinking about different ways to cut back. I know my house, we just reviewed our finances, cut off some subscriptions we weren't using and whatnot. How you guys cutting back at home, with the economy and whatnot?
Factor meals, not eating out, just eating those
Yeah.
factor meals now.
Eating in.
Factor meals and this app you're about to talk about here.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's right.
Yeah.
This can help the most. Whether it's driving less, dining out less, or buying less from the grocery store, we can all agree that there's nothing fun about less. That's why I and the boys started using the Upside app. Upside's an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, groceries, or dines out. Sounds pretty familiar, right? Pretty much everybody. With Upside, I don't have to cut back because I can get cash back on every single purchase that I get through the app. Now, I don't have to feel bad about filling up a tank of gas. If I want to drive a little bit more these days, gas is expensive out west, but on the Upside app, I have all the best gas prices and cash back per gallon options right on my phone on the Upside map. It's really cool. You can just pull it up. You can see where the cheapest gas is, where you got the best deals. Go there, fill up. You got a great tank with cash back on top. To get started, download the free Upside app, use our promo code HARDFACTOR, and get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. Next, claim an offer for whatever you want to buy on Upside and check in at the business. Pay as usual with a credit card or debit card, and then get paid your cash back rewards inside the Upside app. In comparison to credit card rewards or loyalty programs, you can earn 3 times more cash back with Upside. Pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Three times better is 3 times better, right? I mean,
It
It's
is
the best.
I think to me that sounds 3 times better than a loyalty rewards program on a credit card.
It
Okay,
is.
how to get it?
I mentioned I mentioned on the show, sorry to interrupt, but
go.
literally like just simply for the fact that it shows you a GPS of all the gas stations around you, no matter where you are,
So
the
useful.
lowest prices, and then knocks off already on the lowest prices is one of the most valuable things I've ever seen in an app.
Yeah.
So useful, especially in this economy. Now, how to get it? Download the totally free Upside app and use promo code HARDFACTOR to get $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more. That's $5 or more cash back on your first purchase of $10 or more using promo code HARDFACTOR on the Upside app. Get it. It's very useful. So
Hell yeah. Real quick, back to the top dog, the leader of the dog pound.
Yeah.
He got, I guess, an 11-game suspension. And this
next
is week 11,
week.
but they already had a bye, so I don't know if that means he can come back next week or the week after. But he's in the practice facility working out.
Ow. And speaking of Deshaun, let's talk about some naughty stuff, some naughty ads, guys. A lot of spicy ads going around out there for some of the world's biggest and best products right now. So let's take a look at them. And first up, the biggest news, not so much an ad, but a massive warning has been issued about social media app TikTok by U.S. FBI Director Chris Wray. And
Good.
here's what Wray has to say about TikTok.
Taking the first question, I would say we do have national security concerns, at least from the FBI's end, about TikTok. They include the possibility that the Chinese government could use it to control data collection on millions of users or control the recommendation algorithm, which could be used for influence operations if they so chose, or to control software on millions of devices, which gives the opportunity to potentially technically compromise personal devices. So there's a number of concerns there. As to what is actually happening and actually being done, that's probably something that would be better addressed in a closed classified setting, and I could see what information we might be able to share that way, but there's probably not much more than I could add to that other than to say it is certainly something that's on our radar and we share your concerns.
Yes, thank you for that, and I'd love to have that closed briefing.
Okay.
Yeah, so would I.
The TikTok is so bad with the spying on Americans and manipulating data and whatnot that Chris Wray can't even say it all in a congressional hearing.
Yeah, I'll say part of it for him. Several little short Chinese men in a data center have seen me jerking off all the time because they probably got into the cameras. Yeah.
Oh, they're definitely in your camera. They're influencing the content you see on your feed. They're banning
us by our penises. Yeah,
banning accounts they don't like Hard Factor News, and trying to fuck up their users' brains, all while spying on them jacking off at the same time and potentially being able to take over their phone. Sounds like a pretty shitty app.
I'm jerking off in their faces for us. Yeah,
that's good, Mark. That's good. Sounds like a shitty app, though. Maybe consider deleting. Also, Chris Wray's day on Capitol Hill got so much worse after that when Representative Clay Higgins got a turn to ask him a question. Not about TikTok, but worth a listen.
Does the FBI have confidential human sources? Did the FBI have confidential human sources embedded within the January 6th protesters on January 6th of 2021?
Well, Congressman, as I'm sure you can appreciate, I have to be very careful about what I can say about when.
Even now, because that's what you told us 2 years ago.
May I finish? About when we do and do not, and where we have and have not used confidential human sources. But to the extent that there's a suggestion, for example, that the FBI's confidential human sources or FBI employees in some way instigated or orchestrated January 6th, that's categorically false.
Did you have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters inside the Capitol on January the 6th prior to the doors being open?
Again, I had to be very careful.
It should be a no. Can you not tell the American people no? We did not have confidential human sources dressed as Trump supporters positioned inside the Capitol.
Gentleman's time has expired.
You should not read anything into my decision not to share information.
Director Wray,
confidential human
gentleman's time has expired.
I love the pen move.
That guy reminds me of a movie star, like
January the 6th.
Yeah.
Slaps the pen on the paper.
Yeah,
that was Rep. Clay Higgins out of New Orleans.
It's like a Louisiana Ed Harris.
Chris Wray. Yeah, dude, Chris Wray. I don't know if you saw at the end. He had a fear stutter after.
Yeah, dude.
That guy's intimidating. Just the way he talks. He waits incredible. For you to, in mid sentence. He drops it. It should be a no.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah. I mean, it sounds like the FBI knew that the January 6th was going to go down.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Of course they did. There was message boards and stuff.
Right.
Maybe even let it flow.
I do 100% believe, though. To his point, they didn't start. I don't think they started the insurrection, whatever you want to call it. But I do think that they probably had some plainclothes officers around because they knew it was coming.
They could have prevented it.
People are debating now whether they actually pushed for it to happen or not, which would
if you can't say if they were dressed as Trump supporters inside the building before they
the FBI was aware that there's going to be thousands of angry people there, so I think they had a few people there. I would imagine.
Pretty Clay Higgins. Clay Higgins dunking on the FBI who can't answer these questions. Bet FBI Director Chris Wray wishes he was just at home and chilling out, looking at the new pics from the James Webb of a star being born. Check that out, guys.
Well, that's pretty cool.
These naughty space ads are showing how it all goes down to make a baby star, aka a proto star, and it's this stunningly beautiful hourglass photo.
That's a space orgasm.
Yeah, space orgasm. How baby star is born. Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty cool, huh? Also, scientists in Amsterdam made a black hole inside a lab, and then it started to glow. Potentially,
That's stupid.
Well, probably so, Mark, but it potentially helps prove the theory of Hawking radiation emanating from black holes. So baby stars, glowing black holes, two pretty naughty sounding ads for science.
They're creating black holes in a lab?
Oh, yeah.
Is there anything?
All their paperwork and computer.
The deepest, yeah. It just goes in there, Wes, and then comes out as radiation, apparently. So,
what if the black hole expands?
How'd they do that?
It's a risk you take.
Black holes do.
It's like a laboratory setting black hole. They make it's like a fabricated. So I don't know. They neurons, protons. I don't know the fucking words, Wes. But you know these scientists. They got a box that they put the black hole inside,
This
and it
might
glows.
be dated understanding, but
it.
I thought black holes like constantly grew and just kept getting bigger.
Right, but they can like now, I guess science has advanced to the point they can like put it inside a box. Like you know how they're making the fake stars, which is nuclear fusion, right?
So if it gets out of the box,
well, it's a chance you take.
Okay.
Amsterdam's taking the chance.
That'd be cool. Like though,
it glows.
If you could one day just have your own like little black hole, like a pet, like instead of like a snake, yeah, you just toss like some mice in there to feed your black hole, and
you could just get a paper shredder.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
I like it. Science has got some naughty ads out there, boys, and they're working. Also, Artemis finally launched. Congratulations to them on using the SLS one time out of a few before it becomes completely obsolete in a few years.
I don't know where the wife went. Could be the black hole. I wasn't here.
Yeah, you could.
She was feeding the black hole, man.
I don't know. I was at work. Showed up. Black hole seems happy, but didn't tell me.
All that's left is Hawking radiation, apparently, after you enter a black hole. So it would be the best way to dispose of anything.
Yeah.
And guys, our final naughty ad of the day, Great Grass MCR Limited. Out of Failsworth, Oldham, England, near Manchester, was told that it must take down their 30-foot billboard poster. There it is for you guys. That bragged to customers that its turf was perfect 365 days a year, get laid by the best. And this is fake grass, right? So like, perfect fake grass 365 days a year, get laid by the best. And it also lists the company as artificial grass expert.
I think they're hard factor listeners because this is kind of a take on our Sunday ads.
That's true. A little bit. They're saying that they've got this sunbathing chick on there, and she's like laying on their perfect grass.
They're trying to let you know you're going to get laid by a hot chick if you have the perfect lawn.
Get laid by the best, yeah. And I agree, Mark. Maybe they are just hard O'Hivers out there near Manchester, England. But the English authorities got pretty upset, and the Advertising Standards Authority, or the ASA, the UK's independent regulator of advertising across all media, they found the following. When they reviewed this ad, they said, we considered that was likely to be understood by the readers to be a reference to the model's buttocks and had the effect of making that exposed part of her body the focus. The ad also stated, get laid by the best. And we considered get laid would be understood by the readers as slang reference to sexual intercourse. We acknowledge that while sunbathing, people might recline on a lawn while wearing revealing clothing. However, we considered that in the context of this ad, in particular, the references to arse and get laid, the model was portrayed as a sexual object rather than somebody who is sunbathing. So,
yeah.
Which wife drove by this? Yeah.
No,
somebody's wife had to drive by this. Yeah.
The people that drove by loved it, Wes.
Not the wives though.
It was just a few complainers online that spurred the review of the ad, and
either that or some guy on the board that's his like wife.
He lives too close, and his wife drives by it every day.
He knows that woman in the ad.
They claimed it was only 3 total complaints.
3 complaints
that spurred the review. And in response to that news coming out, a spokesman for Great Grass, he came out and said, the ad was a bit of a lighthearted. How do you do an English accent? Like a cool English accent. I don't even know.
English accent? Like David Beckham?
A bit lighthearted. I don't know. Again,
The ad was a bit of a lighthearted fun. I can't do it. And not intended to offend anybody. It was a very busy junction, and the ad has been seen by thousands and thousands of people. To the 3 who found it offensive, we apologize. To the 50-odd thousand who found it amusing, sorry, it's got to go. So,
hello, Roger.
Hello. Yeah, my British accents aren't that great today, but that's what's happening with Great Grass. What do you guys think about the ad, though?
I think it's totally in bounds. I think that's what I'm saying. It's like more tasteful than our take on the lawn ads. Like we would get banned in that county. Clearly,
it looks great to me.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's going to do it for
Great job.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say go support Great Grass and all the other great brands that we've mentioned today.
Could you have a pool company that with a bunch of women, in a pool, and it the ad was let us get you wet. Or get wet with us,
or a pool cleaning thing, let us clean your pipes.
Yeah.
Let us clear out your pipes.
Oh, plumbers could do a lot of sexual ads.
Yeah. Let me shit on your face.
Mm-hmm.
Some.
Yeah. Let me fuck you while your husband's not home.
Yeah, that type of thing.
Yeah,
let's treat this like a porn scene.
Mm-hmm.
Plumbers, plumbing, Joe Plumbers.
I like this one though because they're not suggesting that they're gonna bang your wife.
Dude,
they're
this is so harmless.
They're suggesting that you will get laid, no matter who you are, if you buy that.
Or that woman will come fuck you and put grass and install your grass, which is fine.
You think somebody thinks that? That woman's not.
I think that's a fantasy.
Yeah,
that woman's not lifting fake grass. No,
you said
she lays on it.
Back of business. Anyway.
Yeah, apparently she was a friend of the company too. She wasn't offended. Nobody was offended besides the 3 losers that complained.
It's not offensive
to the ad standards agency in England.
So
thanks.
High five.
Listener Andrew Parker for a lot of those stories. Yes, a lot of those British ones. Yes,
absolutely.
I'm on a high five.
He was on.
So,
he gave me mine too.
Nice
cup of coffee in the big time
he also
tomorrow.
Gave us the tip for Leeds.
Andrew Parker, your fingerprints are all over this show. MOT. Cup of coffee in the big time tomorrow is Pat.
There you go.
We'll bring you your last cup of coffee for the week.
Hello, Andrew Parker. Hey.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew.
Hello, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you to everybody in the Hardo Hive for listening, submitting stuff to us. Hey, if you want to hear anything in the Hive 5 tomorrow, send it to me. Also, don't forget, or we haven't even announced, but we are going to do tomorrow's Friday's episode live on Thursday night on our YouTube. So it's going to be a live stream. Okay. So we have trivia Friday night. We have the live stremed taping of Friday's episode on Thursday night. We're going to do that probably about 7 Eastern, I'd say. But look for a tweet, look for an announcement if you want to watch us tape a show live on Thursday night. But most importantly, get out there and have a great fucking day.
Yeah. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, now get out of here
Well, that's
right
a little
now.
rough, Randy.